What's up, guys? It's Wally, and today we're going to be doing some battles with Iron Leaves. Now, while Iron Crown is definitely the clear favorite amongst the newest Future Paradox Pokemon, I think that people are thrown by leaving Iron Leaves on the table, no pun intended, because it has a really good speed stat along with a really good attack stat. It's got decent bulk, not incredible, but not too bad, but it also has a really good move pool and really works on pretty much any terrain. I mean, you think about the 4 terrains that are out there. Obviously, Misty isn't really going to boost any kind of attack moves. It's only going to limit Dragon-type moves, and you're not going to be able to be status. So obviously, everyone essentially benefits from that. But as it pertains to the other 3 ones, obviously Electric Terrain, which we don't have on this team. I mean, you can definitely end up using that with, obviously, like Thundurus or Pincurchin if you want. Or once we end up going to, like, a single restricted format, you can always throw it out there with Miraidon, and it's going to end up getting that boost with the Quark Drive. And also Psyblade has that 50% boost on the Electric Terrain as well. Now, if you don't have the Electric Terrain and you have the Psychic Terrain, that Psyblade is still going to get boosted because of the Psychic Terrain. And not just that, but you're also still going to benefit from just being on the Psychic Terrain. You're going to get the boost, and you're not going to have to worry about priority. Now, if you're on the Grassy Terrain, like you get from Rillaboom, that Leaf Blade is going to be even stronger, and since you do have an increased chance to crit with that Leaf Blade, that damage can go absolutely nuts. And especially if you have the booster energy to end up boosting your attack, you end up getting that 30% boost, and yeah, you're going to be leaving some things in the dust. Now, you also do have Sacred Sword, which is really nice because it's a great fighting move, of course, but you end up ignoring all the defense boosts that a Pokemon could get. So you think about Archaludon, think about Goodra, and Pokemon like that could potentially get defense boosts from Stamina, Shelter, Acid Armor, or things like that. You're going to completely ignore that with Sacred Sword, and you're going to be doing super effective damage. In the case of, obviously, Archaludon and for Hisui and Goodra. Now, we do have a Fire Terror on this as well. Main reason for that is because I feel like that takes away most of the weaknesses that you're going to get with Iron Leaves. Obviously, you're going to end up resisting Fire, Ice, as well as Bug, which is typically a 4x weakness for you, and then all your other normal weaknesses are essentially neutral hits then. So thankfully, you're not really weak to anything that you were weak to before, and you're going to end up resisting a lot of your other weaknesses. So that's the main reason for Iron Leaves being that. So I'm really excited to end up using this Iron Leaves. Again, even though it's not necessarily great in Regulation F, as we've seen, not a lot of people end up running it, and the ones that do end up having some pretty insane, yet still really cool strategy to be able to make that work. So again, it's a little more gimmicky in Regulation F. However, I think once we get into that single restricted format and we potentially get into Terrain Wars, I think that Iron Leaves is going to be a really great Pokemon to have on your team. So we're going to see what it does right now on the Grassy and the Psychic Terrain. Again, I know we don't have the Electric Terrain, but hopefully once we get that single restricted, we can end up changing that. But either way, we're going to see what it does on both these terrains. So we'll get into some battles, but before we do, as always, if you guys are new here, just having chat, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the battles. So it looks like they have the Grassy terrain covered for us, if they end up bringing Rillaboom, that is. So I think we may forego going with our Rillaboom. So we're actually going to start off with Tornadus, and I think I'm actually going to go Iron Leaves too. We'll bring Indeedee, of course, and I think lastly, let's end up bringing... It's kind of a tough call here, because it depends on... kind of depends on what Urshifu that is. Part of me kind of wants to go Archaludon, however, a couple things that we have to worry about with that, but... if that is a rain team, which it's possible they have Rain Dance, but they don't go with it because of Ogerpon. I don't know, a lot of different possibilities here. But I think we're going to finish off, I think probably with Archaludon. Let's end up going with that. Obviously, we'll have to worry about potential, like, Fire, which is going to be a neutral hit. And I know, if they end up putting the Sun up, that's going to be really painful. Either way, though, it's going to be painful no matter what Pokemon that is out there. Okay, so they may end up going with the, oh boy. Alright, well, at least we obviously get our attack up. Let's go with the Tailwind, and I really feel like we need to take out, Tornadus here. So let's go with the Psyblade up there. They're going to be putting up a Tailwind or a Rain Dance anyways, so may as well try to get a free hit on them while we can, right? Question is, how much does the Psyblade do without the terrain? We'll find out in just a moment, though. And actually, you know, it's possible that they don't even go with the Tailwind here. Possible. Okay, they do. Okay, good. That actually makes me feel a little bit better. I did not want to go down to a bleak windstorm, you know? Oh, that's some good damage. Oh, they're going to be Power Herb, aren't they? Okay. Well, at least we get our Tailwind up, though. That's pretty nice. Yeah. I know. That's fair, though. I love Archaludon, though. I can't be upset at that. Oh, and they get a crit on that, too. Cool. Well, that's not great, but we'll be alright, though. I do want to see one thing, though. One sec. 176. Okay, yeah, so we're going to be slower anyways. I think I'm going to go with Archaludon on this one. Here's what we're going to end up doing. I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon up there, and I'm going to end up going for a Protect with Iron Leaves. I want to preserve Iron Leaves for a little bit, and I don't want to get hit by a Bleak Windstorm. I don't know what the speed is on their Tornadus, although I would assume it's probably close to max speed. And yeah, 20 points, I think, was the difference between our Tornadus and Iron Leaves, so yeah, chances of us outspeeding their Tornadus, probably not good. So let's end up taking them out. It's fine, you're going to up our defense by 1, which is going to be good. That way we can kind of survive a potential body press here. And then we'll be able to end up going for... Oh, sweet, they're going to go Flash Cannon. Even better. That's perfect. We should be able to double over into Archaludon on this next one. We'll see who they end up sending out, though. We may have to end up terastallizing here in just a moment, too. Again, depends on who they end up sending out. Could be Urshifu, because if that is a single strike one, going to be a little rough for us to deal with, in all honesty. So, that might be something we have to worry about, but nope, that looks like Rilla. Thank you for the grassy terrain, although that's not really going to help us because we're not going to be using a grass move here, but it's still okay, though. Here's what we're going to end up doing. Let's go for the... Yeah, let's stop the fake out here. Let's bring in Indeedee, and let's go for the... let's just go for the Sacred Sword over there. If they didn't end up resisting a Psyblade, I would definitely go for a Psyblade because it gets boosted, obviously, by the Psychic Terrain. But again, because they end up being weak to the fighting and they end up resisting the Psychic, then I think it's probably the smarter one to go with here. Oh, they didn't even go for a fake out. Okay. Smart call, in all honesty. Flash Cannon. Some good damage. Ooh, and the high horsepower there. Alright. So let's go for the follow me here. And in all honesty, I want to go for the Psyblade over there. I want to see how much this does. Well, we're not going to find out. We're going to see what it does into... Please be the Rapid. Thank you so much for being Rapid Strike Urshifu. Oh boy, that's actually good to see. Let's go. So we get to follow me, which is really great. And then we'll also end up getting the KO with the Psyblade. Yeah, and that was going to knock out like 3 or 4 different Urshifus, in all honesty, so feel pretty good about that regardless. Tailwind's gone, but now they only have 2 Mons in Archaludon, and Rillaboom, who is going to obviously change the terrain. Which honestly is totally fine here. All we really have to do, let's swap into Archaludon and let's go for the Protect. We're going to be able to swap out the terrain on the next one. Plus, if they end up faking out over into Indeedee for some reason, at least we'll end up getting a +1 to Archaludon with the defense. They should know that we're going to end up protecting here. That's definitely the safest and smartest call. Now, if I was really behind in this match, would I forego a Protect here to just try my best and try to knock out with, you know, like like a Sacred Sword or something? Yeah, probably, but not in this instance. Yep, I bet you they end up going for the high horsepower now. Yeah, good call. Good call on that one. Not a big deal. So here's all we're going to end up doing here. I think I'm going to end up going for the... I'm going to go for a Draco Meteor over there. And I'm going to go for the Sacred Sword. And let's see if we can KO with that. They still have Terra, which makes me question why they're saving it. That's fine, that wasn't going to KO. Thankfully, we resist that enough. We'll get the KO on the Sacred Sword, beautiful. And then now we're going to get the Draco Meteor over there, too. I wonder what their Terra is. Either way, let's go. We got that. Now all we have to do is swap Indeedee in, and we can just finish it up with the Psyblade. And we're going to be good to go. So let's go. I know we didn't get a chance to really use the Leaf Blade here and really take advantage of the grassy terrain, but in all honesty, all we needed really was that Psyblade to end up taking out Urshifu, and then that Sacred Sword was going to take care of Archaludon. So there we go. Really good game with Iron Leaves. This is a pretty cool team, not going to lie. It's pretty cool to see Glastrier, in all honesty. So we do have potential Trick Room here, obviously, but I think we're going to be okay here. Here's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to end up going out there with Indeedee, as well as... We're going to go out with Indeedee, and we're going to end up going out with Chi-Yu. We can redirect away from Chi-Yu, which will be nice. We'll end up bringing Iron Leaves as well, and I think we're going to finish it off... I kind of want to go with Archaludon, in all honesty. I mean, I know the Electro Shot would be kind of useless at that point, but... that's okay. Honestly, I want the Steel out there for Comfey, and I would really love a potential Body Press as well. So I like those four. Let's end up going out with that. Obviously, we'll have the speed with Chi-Yu because we have the Choice Scarf, and everyone else is going to be fine out there. I feel good about this. So let's go. Let's see if Chi-Yu can just kind of wipe these first two. Fingers crossed. Well, it's possible. Possible. Maybe not incredibly likely, but it's possible. Alright, here's what we're going to end up doing. See, on one hand, I feel like going for a Helping Hand would be probably the best thing here. But I'm going to go Dazzling Gleam and I'm going to go Heat Wave. Yeah, and we're going to go Heat Wave too. And maybe a Water Terra, but again, we're going to be able to take care of that with Iron Leaves, which will be good. And if we end up getting a burn, that would be absolutely huge. Probably should have just went for redirect in all honesty, but that's okay. I'll get the light screen up, that's smart. Chi-Yu doing Chi-Yu things. Hey, let's go! Alright, let's go for the follow me. Let's go for the heat wave again. It'd be nice to be able to get a burn over there. And we're kind of choicing the heat wave anyways, so what you gonna do? Can't do that anyways. Thank you, Psychic Terrain. Oh, so close. And no burn either. Nice move on that one, that's fair. I'm gonna swap Indeedee out for Archaludon, actually. And let's just go for the heat wave. I know we're gonna end up losing Chi-Yu here, but what you gonna do? We're going to end up taking out their Sableye, and hopefully we can get a burn on Glastrier. Well, we're not going to get a KO this time, but who are we going to hit with this? Rough. But at least Archaludon is out there now, and that's going to be a big help. Burn? Wrong one. That's okay, though. At least we got a burn. Smart call on that. That's fine. Here's all we have to do now. That's still going to be rough, though. Yeah, they got lefties. It's understandable. They're probably going to go for the floral healing. Question is, can we KO with a Leaf Blade? And this is where, what's-his-face would have been a really big help. Rillaboom. Because, man, that boosted damage would be really, really nice. At least we do get our attack boost, and that's going to give us a better chance of KOing with that. But we'll see. So let's go for the Flash Cannon over there. Okay, let me think about this quickly. Psyblade ends up getting that boost because of the terrain. And it also obviously ups on the electric terrain too. But obviously, Leaf Blade is going to be a little bit stronger. We get the stab, it is super effective. That's totally fine. We're going to be able to pick up this KO, I think. Yeah, simple. Didn't even need terrain for that. I was expecting the floral healing though, but again, not upset that they didn't end up doing that. It's nice to be able to get rid of Glastrier there. Yeah. That's fine, they're going to protect. One more lefties. Now question is, who do they bring out next? Because we know they have Sableye, but we don't know who their fourth Mon is. And that's what we're going to really have to worry about. I mean, nope, that's just going to be Sableye. Cool. Not upset. Let's go Flash Cannon. And let's go Leaf Blade because obviously... Ooh, good call. Who's this? Ah, hi Moltres. Smart call. But thankfully the light screen will be going away pretty soon though. That's going to be a big help. Okay, so now all we have to deal with really here is just two Mons. Unfortunately, one of them does have, yikes. Yeah, one of them does have a, priority with their healing. And that's never great for us. We're going to be okay here, though. We're going to be okay. We're going to go for the Flash Cannon over there, and then I'm going to have to Terrastalize. And I hate to say it, but I gotta go... I think I have to go Sacred Sword up there. It's gonna be rough, but that'll be okay. We need to protect ourselves from a flying and a dark move. Two weaknesses that Moltres has both of. So, again, not an ideal matchup by any means, but the matchup that we have to face. Let's go. Nice, we resist that. Now we're going to be able to get the Flash Cannon. I'm sorry. Sacred Sword first. Not bad. We don't take it down to the Berserk yet. That's really good for us. Dang. Ooh, going with the Nasty Plot. That's fair. Okay. The good thing... Nah, I shouldn't say the good thing, because it's not necessarily a good thing here. Is the fact that Archaludon should be able to tank some moves from them here, but... I know it seems dumb because it's a 2-turn move, I know that, but I'm still going to do that anyways. I'm going to end up going with the Psyblade over there. I really want to KO them. Figured they would protect. That's okay. Yeah, so we'll end up missing on that, obviously. They'll probably go for a, whatchamacallit? The, Fiery Wrath, I would imagine. Okay. And again, even though, like, I know they're probably going to protect on the next turn just to be able to avoid it. Ooh, the crit on Arch. That's rough. But even though they're probably going to protect on the next one to kind of avoid the move, at least we still get a +1, and we have the speed on them, so we should be able to take them out pretty easily then. With, like, a Draco Meteor even. Let's do that, and let's finish them off. They're going to go for a Floral Healing here, just to get the last... Makes sense, actually. I'm going for the Draining Kiss over there. That makes sense, too. Just making some bad predictions now. That's fine. We get the Psyblade. We end up KOing them. Goodbye. And now all we need to do on the next turn is go for a Sacred Sword and go for a Draco Meteor, and I think that we have it. Plus, the light screen's gone now, so we're in a much better spot. Because that Draco Meteor is going to hit even harder now, and we're going to be good to go. Then we got the Sacred Sword. It's fine. Don't like the Berserk, but that's okay. They get their Berry. Not ideal, but as long as we hit the Draco, I think we end up KOing. We hit at +1. We're good to go. Thankfully, we end up taking out Moltres there. A little scary after a Berserk and a Nasty Plot, but still able to end up coming out on top right there. Good game. And now a team that will potentially set the Psychic terrain for us. Let's go. Okay. Now, question is, though, do we even bother with Indeedee then? I think we may just leave Indeedee at home. We will end up bringing Tornadus, though, and we're also going to end up starting with... In all honesty, I think we can actually start with Iron Leaves, too. So let's end up starting those two. I will bring Rilla to be able to change terrain. And lastly... I think we can actually go Chi-Yu as well. It's probably not going to be too bad. Plus, they do have some pretty good speed because of the Choice Scarf and all that kind of good stuff, too. So... let's go. Curious to see who they end up leading with. Either way, I think that Iron Leaves is going to be fine. If they end up leading Chi-Yu and Fluttermane, we can always Terrastalize. But that's not who they start with. And that's good news for us. So here's what we're going to end up doing. Yeah, obviously we'll get the +2 attack. It's really good. We're going to end up going with the Tailwind here. And I'm going to go for the Psyblade up into Tornadus. I want to be able to knock them out quickly. Please tell me they go Tailwind too. Okay, good. That means that we're not going to get hit by Bleak Wind on this one, and we're going to resist pretty much everything. Except for U-turn. Okay, well, never mind. That's a problem, huh? I forget that some people actually run U-turn on them. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm used to not running that. But that's okay. Nah. Oh well. At least we have some pretty good mons in the back that are going to be able to kind of take care of it too. So, we'll be fine. Okay, hi, it's Fluttermane. That's not bad. So let's end up going out with Chi-Yu. They don't have a booster, so I think we're going to be fine in terms of speed. Yeah, my bad on that one. Again, things that I forget about from time to time. So let's go with the Bleak Wind Storm. And let's go Heat Wave. They may go Rain Dance. But in all honesty... No, they don't? Okay, good. That could have been bad. I mean, it's still going to be bad, don't get me wrong, but... Jeez, that's insane. Please tell me that we go next with the Bleak Wind. We do, but we miss on Fluttermane. And to be completely honest with you, if we were going to miss on one of them, I'm actually kind of glad that it was Fluttermane. Because at least we have Rillaboom in the back, we'll be able to actually go with some priority, and we should be able to KO them. So we're in a good spot from that perspective. Nice. And they already terastallized. Isn't that great? Alright, so here's what we do. We go for the Bleak Wind, and let's go for the Grassy Glide over there. We'll end up picking them up with the Grassy Glide, and then we'll have a singular Bleak Wind going into Urshifu. And hopefully we end up picking both of them up on this one. The only potential negative would be if they end up having Indeedee in the back and they end up changing to Rain. Either way, we're still going to get the move. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we end up picking them up. That's good. They're going to end up having... Oh, they're probably going to go U-turn again. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine, though. Oh, they don't? They go for the... Oh, sweet. Okay. Beautiful. I totally forgot that they had used U-turn on that first one to knock out Iron Leaves. Please tell me we hit this. Thank you. And thankfully we take them out. Now we have a 2-on-1. And we still have Terra available. Now we get to see who this last mon is. It's very possible it's Chi-Yu. I would imagine that's who it is. But I am not 100% sure. That is who it is. So at least we saved our Terra here. That's actually really positive. We'll end up going for the Rain... Well, actually, to be honest with you, the Rain Dance really won't matter too much. But I'll still do it. And let's Terra, and let's go for the high horsepower over there. And let's end up picking them up right here. We may not KO right away, but again, the fact that we're going to be... That we have some bulk, and that we terastallize here, and are also going to end up putting up this the Rain as well. It's going to make us survive, and we should be fine. Especially since they should end up going with like a Heat Wave here. Yep. Torn's gone, but Rilla survives with about 90% of its HP. About 85, something like that. Either way, though, we get the high horsepower. Wow, we do end up KOing in one. And there we go. I think we're going to have to play one more because I am not happy with losing Iron Leaves that quickly. So let's do one more. Let's see if we can keep Iron Leaves working, and let's remember who actually gets U-turn. Good game. Wow, this is a very, very familiar team. So let's end up starting with Tornadus. I think we're going to really need that Tailwind. I think let's... Hate to do it, but I'm going to end up pairing it with Chi-Yu to start here. I'm going to bring Iron Leaves and... in all honesty, do we even really need Rillaboom? That's the question. I think we're going to go Archaludon. I know that leaves us with no terrain, but at least they're going to be setting terrain for us, I would presume. Fake Out Pressure is always nice, but honestly, I feel pretty comfortable with those four. Let's see what they end up starting with, and let's hope that Chi-Yu was the right call. We will find out pretty quickly, though. And the good thing here is Iron Leaves is going to be a good backup in case they end up leading Iron Crown, because... again, with Chi-Yu leading, they may terrestrialize it. Or they just potentially swap it out. Let's see, though. Only time will tell. Booster special attack or speed? Special attack. Okay. So here's what we're going to end up doing. Let's go for the Tailwind. Again, if they stay in, they're going to terrestrialize into water. So it might not be worth it to go for the... I kind of want to go for the Snarl to lower their special attack. But again, the Heat Wave is attractive for the potential burn. But again, if they terrestrialize into water, that goes into a resisted versus Snarl. But you know what? Let's go with the Heat Wave. Let's see what we can do. Protect. We get our Tailwind. We'll get our Heat Wave. We'll get our Burn. Huh? No, apparently not. Never mind. And Chi-Yu was going to go down anyways at that point. If we terrestrialized, maybe we would have survived with a couple, but... it's okay. Next, let's end up bringing in, let's bring in Iron Leaves here. Cool. Attack. Let's go. That's what we need. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to end up going for the Bleak Wind. So we can take them out. And, honestly, I hate to say it, but Sacred Sword would be the strongest move right here. That's pretty smart, too. I'm guessing this is going to be Indeedee. At least we'll still get a Bleak Wind Storm. We'll get some good damage over there. And, well, Psyblade would have been resisted by... what would that be? Oh, my goodness. Fantastic. Fantastic miss there. It never ceases to amaze me. Ooh, an Expanding Force. Fair. And Tornadus is gone on that, unfortunately. That's alright. Tornadus does what it always does. It misses its Bleak Wind and then goes back to the Pokeball. Alright, let's go. Archaludon is going to be a big help here, though. We both end up resisting the, whatchamacallit, the Psychic. So that's going to be really big. This is rough. Okay, here's what we're going to end up doing. I'm going to go for a Body Press. Actually, I know it sounds dumb. I'm going to go for an Electro Shot, and I'm going to go for a Protect. There ain't much that he's going to be able to do to be able to knock out Archaludon. So let's charge up. Let's get a +1. And let's see what we can do on the next turn, then. Okay, and the fact that they didn't attack, or do follow me, means that they probably went for a Trick Room. No, they went for a Dazzling Gleam. Okay, that's actually really big, in all honesty. That's nice. That gives us a +1. That's going to help out quite a bit. And now we're going to go for the Leaf Blade over into Indeedee. They're going to go for a follow me on this one. The Leaf Blade's going to take them out. And then we're going to be able to go with the Electro Shot over into Iron Crown. And we should be able to KO. That's the hope. That's the hope. Now, is that what's going to happen? No, probably not. But it's worth a shot here. It's worth a shot. Now, question is, do they protect to avoid that potential inevitability? Don't worry, we'll answer the question in just one moment here. We KO with the Leaf Blade, great crit, you love to see that. Don't love to see the Rocky Helmet though. And then now we get the singular +1 Electro Shot. Please tell me you give me a really good hit right here. Let's go, and Iron Crown is now gone. And now we just have a 2-on-2. And we both still have our Terra. We both still have our Terra, so we need to be very weary of that. Who do we got? I know they have Urshifu, but do we know who that last one is? I don't think we ended up seeing it. But we'll find out in just one moment. Hopefully. Alright, because they really only have 2 Pokemon left, right? So, really, realistically, they should just be clicking AA and sending them out there. But either way, that's okay. Again, I'm just really curious to know who that last mon is. Like, really curious to know. Ah, Lando I. Alright. Well, it looks like we're going to be terastallizing into Bug here. And I'm going to go for a Draco Meteor up into Landorus, especially at +1. And let's go for the Leaf Blade over into Urshi. They're probably going to end up outspeeding, but I'm really hoping that we can survive. I don't know, maybe a potential U-turn. Forgot about that. It just happened, and I forgot about it. That's okay, though. Fingers crossed here. Maybe we end up outspeeding. Maybe they're not Scarf for some reason. And maybe we can end up, I don't know, pulling this off here. We'll see, though. We'll see. My hope is that they go for a close combat, and then we outspeed their Lando, and we end up taking out Urshifu. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. There are so many different possibilities between these 4, especially with their speed tiers and everything, that we're just going to have to wait and see and find out. Okay, that's fair. Iron Leaves is going to survive this, baby. Let's go. Yep, going to survive with like 7, but we'll take it. 10, that works too. And that means we're going to be able to KO right here with the Leaf Blade. The Psyblade would have done more. Don't get me wrong because of the terrain, but in all honesty, in case they were going to end up terastallizing, you know, at least we had that in the back pocket. So let's go. Let's end up going Draco Meteor. Let's end up going Psyblade, and let's finish Lando off right here. Let's hope that we can outspeed with the Psyblade, and let's hope that that's going to be the end of them. Again, I think they still do have Terra, which means that this is a potential poison, which if they end up terastallizing into poison, hey now, we'll be able to just straight up KO with that Psyblade. But either way, we'll have a +1 Draco Meteor going into them too, and in all honesty, even if it comes down to that, we're going to be able to KO with it. Wonder if they're just timing out every turn here. Yeah, again, Again, I don't know the speed. Oh, this is going to be a long video, guys. I'm so sorry. It's going to be a really long video. Getting the double protect, that's fine. That's going to be gone. The Psyblade's going to be a little bit weaker, but still one that we're going to end up going with. And let's finish off Lando here. Now, if they go for a triple protect and get it, I don't know, man. I don't know. Although that would be pretty funny, I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. That 1 in 9 chance. Alright, again, now we're going to get a chance to see the speed interaction here, which is going to be a big help going forward, too. Maybe, unless they time out and go into protect again, and then just fail to protect, then we won't get the chance to see the actual speed interaction. But, that's okay. As long as we pick up a KO, yeah, they're just timing out into protect, it looks like. And let's go Psyblade, and that will almost KO. And the Draco Meteor will finish it off. I swear, if we ended up missing the Draco Meteor and we had to go through one more turn like that, oh, that would have been rough. But there we go. Thankfully, despite the double protect and everything like that, we ended up coming out with the victory. And there is Iron Leaves there on the field. Good game. Now, even though it does seem kind of mid, especially with its Grass and Psychic typing, Iron Leaves is still a really great Pokemon. I mean, it's got a really great attack stat. It's got a really great move pool as well. I mean, if we had the electric terrain, obviously we wouldn't need the booster energy, and that Psyblade would still get that 50% boost on the electric terrain. But even if you don't have that, you know, if you go out with the grassy terrain, you end up going out with a psychic terrain, you're still going to have something that's going to be powered up on it. I mean, that Leaf Blade's going to be extremely strong, as you saw. The Psyblade on the psychic terrain is going to be really strong, as you saw. And then, of course, that Sacred Sword is really great, especially into, you know, something like Archaludon or like Gudra or something like that that ends up getting like the defense boost from Shelter, Stamina, or something like that. So it's going to be nice because you're going to end up obviously ignoring that with the Sacred Sword, and you're going to do super effective damage to them. So while I definitely think that Iron Boulder and especially Iron Crown are a bit better, I still think that Iron Leaves is going to be a great Pokemon, and especially once we end up getting Restricteds and other Pokemon that are going to end up setting terrains. And if terrain wars end up happening, I think that Iron Leaves is going to be a really great Pokemon on every single terrain that you could possibly have. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. We'll see you guys next time.